psychotic ones. Now, for the non-psychotic ones, we are using therapeutic communication. So let's see what therapeutic communication actually seeks to know. Somebody said, is this the NCLEX review? Yes, this is NCLEX review. And it will interest you to know that this is what you will use in answering questions. You just wait and see. For therapeutic communication, you want to build trust. So, oh, I can understand what you're going through. I can imagine. Wow. Is there anything I can do to help? You know? Yeah. Well, you're okay. Yes. Your information is safe with me. Yes. I am a trained professional. Yeah, this is what I do for a living. I help people get rid of their anxieties. Yes, that is what I do. So you are in the right place and I would help you. Let the person feel welcome. Let the person know that, yes, you are going to really help alleviate whatever burden they brought to you. So the therapeutic communication seeks to promote insight and expression. It solves the problem that the patient brought. It empowers the patient to make every possible decision that the person should make. Now, there are certain things that, as far as the exams is concerned, you would have to look out for. You are trying to be empathic or empathetic, not sympathetic or sympathy. Okay. What that means is that you are not going to put yourself in the person's shoes. The person wears size 10, yours is size 6. Maintain that. Whereas, like, it must be very difficult for you. You are feeling empathic about what the patient is going through. But to say, I know exactly how he feels. You are lying. You're not the one suffering. So how do you know exactly how he feels? You are talking about you at this time. It's not about the patient. And it's also the type of communication that you give open-ended questions. Madam, sit down. You came to meet this guy, two of us. Yes, I came to meet him. So sit down. Then you came to meet somebody, you are hovering all over the place. Are you the only person with problems in Ghana? I will slap you and use. Media translate no church and once he be mad. Then he asks you, how are you? He says, I'm fine. Are you sick? He says, well, I can't. Please answer the question. Are you sick? It's a yes or no. No, don't go that tangent with the patient. Don't go that tangent. Open-ended questions. Oh, why are you here today? This allowed the patient to talk. Can you tell me more about what you're going through? You mentioned that you wanted to see me. Well, what is it about? You see, then even if they say something that you think is in music, in rap music, they will say it's a punchline. You would want the patient to give you some sort of reflection, or the patient reflect, or you reflect by making the patient re-echo what he or she said. So repeating part of the patient's statement to encourage deeper thinking, like the patient says, I feel like giving up. Don't go over that. That is a very risky statement for the patient to say. Giving up. Are you talking about giving up your work? When you say giving up, what do you mean by giving up? Giving up in what sense? Or the patient wants to give up life. I don't know whether the patient actually have life anyway, but yeah. So you need to probe into that so that you can help the person better. We have something we call empathic presence, and this is often used in palliative care. In palliative care, you have to be a talkative, but also you have to be a very good active listener. And the key in achieving that is being silent. I remember somewhere in the Bible, it's written, probably in Proverbs, that even a fool, when he keeps quiet, is sometimes considered a wise person. Is that not wonderful? But here, it's like you are listening attentively to note down the salient points. You are being there with the patient. Sometimes you ask a question and the patient is not answering. The patient is quiet. You started asking questions about the patient. Mom, how are you? Okay. What have you noticed about the illness of your husband? The way things are going, we just want him to get well, but it's like we've been to every doctor in the corner. We are still not finding results. I'm sorry to hear that, but looking at him today, as you see him on the ward, what do you think?